All right, let's do this. Oh, let's put the seatbelt first. I might be talking just about the driving in this crazy ass weather more than anything else. I don't know why I have that on yet. And I'm not leaving any earlier or later than I normally leave, so what does that tell you? I've been like anxious because the Twitterversary, my Twitterversary is coming up, and I am I'm nervous, I guess. Oh, I have Deadpool here instead of queued up because Deadpool's crazy. And I'm crazy to be driving into snow. Should have mentioned that. I didn't know I was going to be dodging clouds today. Yeah, so I want to say never mind those other two morning commutes that you were basically saying, you know, I'm feeling so lonely I could die. Yeah. That's it's what I'm going through. I mean, it didn't magically go away because my Twitterversary is coming up, and I broke, and it's over 9,000. Yeah, it's not. There's no magical fix to any of it. I mean, I'm still feeling these feelings. I mean, it's what it is. And I don't want anybody. I think what I'm trying to say is I don't want anybody to feel freaking guilty because, or me to freaking put a guilt trip on them. I'm just feeling these feelings. I did a crazy thing on both Twitter and Discord. Not that crazy. It's pretty much right up my alley as it was. Or atypical, but not trending. So maybe I'm trying to make the trend happen. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I'm trying to make the trend happen. I don't know. I did a autistic bingo. Now, the thing about autism is that it's probably existed since the dawn of man. Since brains had intellectuality, and you know how brains work is very, very different. And you know the being on the spectrum, you know, everybody could be on the spectrum if you really think about it. I recently found out that, you know, depression is on the spectrum of autism. my depression is exactly what depression would be on the autistic spectrum. It's not. I'm not caused. It's not. My depression is not caused by sadness. I think that's where a lot of people get wrong. People are depressed because of sadness, because of the world seems seemingly crumbling around them and stuff like that. But you take that element away, and I'm not going to say that that's an easy thing to do. I'm just going to say, if you take that element away, are they still depressed? And for me, the way it works is I could be going through my streaming could be I will talk I'll use where Twitch was originally. Twitch I could have a lot of followers. I could have a lot of active viewers on those streams. I did for 6 days. But let's say that trend continued, and I was basically working as an entertainer and not what I'm doing now. Basically doing performances. If you look at the early YouTube videos, you'll see that they are I'm performing. Even drawing art is performing. And I have, this is freeform. This is different than performing. But like I said, I was performing. I was, doing the thing as it was. Let's say that I was actually able to eke out a living, and I was able to quit the post office earlier and basically have a good laugh about how fucking sucky the post office was, instead of continuing that on for 2 more years. And not quitting because I was making a living as a streamer, quitting because I just couldn't take it anymore. I can see that. I can see me being that. And my depression, I would still have depression. No matter how well the streams were going, no matter how basically perfect my life was, if you want to put it that way. Or probably want to put it that way, because that's how I'm putting it. But no matter how my brain does not allow, that kind of long-term joy, I guess. I experience joy like anybody else, I would assume. But long-term, I don't know if I could have that. I would have I'd have, moments of rage, and upset, and angry, and I would probably pick on, the littlest thing. It's one of the reasons why I'm not going to use the word forgiveness, but there's one of the reasons why the anger that I feel towards what happened to me on Twitch, and how I had the ability to go back to Twitch. I think if I was a normal freaking sane person, I would never have gone back to Twitch. I would have been like, catch me outside. The only place you're going to find me is here on YouTube. When somebody started, when they started Kick and they were like, reducing that and showing that off, I have a Kick account. Hell, I have a Fansly account. They are not active. And the reason why is because they're not giving me anything more than what Twitch gave me. And my life without Twitch, it's alright. Here's the difference. Twitter, which I'm about to celebrate 16 years of it, the Twitterverse, as it was, Twitter, I use for basically advertising my streams and kind of just being a little goofy at times, interacting with people. I love it. I am moving to Blue Sky because I want to leave Twitter. I don't have that, and just so you know, I don't have that on. I don't have what I have on Twitter on Blue Sky yet. I'm hoping that it could happen, but I don't have it there yet. So I'm still using Twitter. I try not to use Twitter, but I foolishly reached the 9,000 goal. I foolishly got over 9,000! I foolishly did that, and now that I can see 10,000, 10K, the 10K dream in sight, I'm kind of happy about it, but I'm kind of also kind of feel like that. I know it doesn't matter, and in the end, it doesn't matter. But I am still actively trying to depart from Twitter. But Twitch, on the other hand, I would leave Twitch in a heartbeat. I don't need Kick. I don't need any other streaming platform. And one of the reasons why some people were calling it Blue Twitch, one of the reasons why I have a Fansly page is because I wanted to do adult art. But I also realized, like, the problem with Fansly is people have to watch it. And everybody who watches my Fansly has to pay for it. My Fansly's not like Pornhub, where I can basically give it away for free. It is a start to finish. This is where you give money, and I don't think that I am as adult with even my adult, my not safe for work art. And that's the reason why I haven't done Fansly. need to go to Kick. I have this. I have YouTube. YouTube was here before Twitch for me. I'm a YouTuber. Tried and true, dyed in the wool. And after 3 years of being a YouTuber, you know, I don't even have 200 freaking subscribers. You know, I'm getting, you know, several hundred views a month. In 3 years, I was able to make money if I was monetized until they changed the rules. Even though I looked at their, you know, the monetization partnership and everything like that, and it does not say 500. It still says 1,000. It still says 4,000 watched hours. Maybe that is the starting point instead. But it took me 3 years. It took me 3 years to get over 4,000 freaking watched hours. There are people who do that in a day. It's taken me 3 years to get 140. I got 140. I'm at 140. It took me 3 years to get 140 plus whatever I get in the next, you know, 2 weeks. Which might be, let's be crazy and say like I got 10 subscribers in the next 2 weeks. So 150. It took me 3 years to get 150 people. There are people monetized within a month. There are people doing much better as a YouTuber than me. Even after my wonderful talk with, I don't know if I should say her name, but my basically savior, my heart, and I've mentioned her before, so I mean it's not gonna take too much of a freaking search to find out, you know, who's my heart. But she convinced me pretty much right when she started. I think it was in March. She convinced me like in March to stay, and that's when I created a new freaking persona. And I don't even know if she realizes that when I met her with, I can use the old path. I met her as Q Hope. I am Q Bean now. I know that it's like, oh, you know, it's so similar, or why not? Yeah, but I met her in my original persona. She said wonderful things in my original persona, and I still freaking deleted the account. And it was because I got tired of creating new accounts. And just so you know, QBean isn't the second account that I created. I really did not want to go back to Twitch. I really, honest to goodness, did not want to go back to Twitch. I've lost my train of thought. I think it's because I'm driving. It might not be a good match, but yeah, it's actually good. It's actually really good. Because we're talking about depression and how things work. And there's so much good going on in my life. There is so much wonderfulness going on in my life. But you know what if you haven't noticed what I focus in on. And those aren't the problem. Low viewership, not connecting, all those things that I talk about all the time are not the problem. I'm the problem. You know, what am I doing? What am I doing to resolve those things instead of just basically complaining about them? And are they a problem that needs to be solved? I mean, it's a strange, weird world we live in. And yeah, so am I on the spectrum? I guess I am. Do I support people who have autism? I do, wholeheartedly. And I want them to be themselves. I want them to feel comfortable in their own skins. I want them to realize that it's okay to be that way. That it's not weird, it's not abnormal, it's just you. Whatever the quirks are, you know, social anxiety and everything like that, you know, I hate being around people. Do I do it? Of course I do. Is it part of my lexicon? Of course it's part of my lexicon. That's how I am. But yeah, it's part of my, you know. And the thing about my depression is I don't have good days and bad days. I don't have this. I just have days. And some are more difficult than others. And it's probably one of the reasons why I don't like being around people and everything like that. I don't know if I've mentioned this. I'll probably talk about it during the day. It's a whole nother conversation. I know I got plenty of time. And I'm actually, instead of like hiding at a place where they don't see me, I'm actually here at work, which they might come out and, you know, kind of usher me in, which The reason why I hide before I get here. Hide in somebody else's parking lot, like I'm going to that business. I am, I need this, and I definitely don't need this anymore. Yeah, I'll talk about history and backwater stuff. Because I want to. It gets into how I designed my lore. Somebody was actually asking about, like, going, why did you design it so that everybody is human? And I was like, going, everybody's not human. Everybody's who they are. I'm the only one that's not being me. I think that's what I think it's even difficult for me to even grasp that why I set it up that way. Why I set up being just a normal human being who had a fantastic life and doesn't have that anymore. Doesn't have that magic anymore. Doesn't have any of it anymore. And, you know, is here as a VTuber, not here with my hand. You know, I'm a normal human being. But as a VTuber, I am working to recapture that magic I had early in life. And not even in adulthood. It goes all the way back to my childhood. I lived a very charmed life. I had a very charmed life, I should say. And it is since I'm not even running heat anymore. I had a very charmed life, and I don't even know if I want it. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I'd like to get to the place where belonging and, you know, being welcomed and not having to hide who I am. And that's why I, you know, the gremlin model stuck. And that's why the platypus model didn't stick. Because that's part of my lexicon. It's part of who I am. I'm being ushered in. Cool beans in the comments below. That would be fantastic. You guys are awesome. We now have 4 people that have done it. So let's keep it going. It happened late last year, you know, in the summer of last year, and I love it. I love it. You have no idea. It brings a smile to my face, and it's sheer and utter joy. And that's, speaking about that utter joy, that's the type of thing I want to capture in everything. Like, I don't want to hide. I don't want to hide who I am and how I am, and I don't want to, you know, when somebody sees me and be a lump because they don't know how to interact. With things. just said that they didn't plow here. And I am getting plowed out. Let's see how much time I have. No, I gotta go in. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to me rant about freaking craziness. And if you're going through something similar, I mean, if you want to share it, share it. If you wanted to keep it private, that's what I want my DMs to be for. I don't want DMs to be for people freaking trying to advertise the fact that they are an artist. You know, if you're an artist, don't advertise freaking in my DMs. Advertise in my freaking, you know, make tweets, make posts, make, you know, show where you are. You know, trying to get me to buy your work ain't gonna happen. I'm broke. And if you think I'm making money as a freaking VTuber, I'm not. I didn't even, well, I did make $100 last year. But I didn't make 150. So yeah, but if you guys want to talk about something, talk about like being you and something. Oh my God, I would love that. That would make my day. All right. So be good, have fun, and take care.